Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. OMG, they got it in. They wasn't playing. I'm trying to tell you, Ashley is just like, she is too much. She is too funny. She is too much. And Karen's too much too as well. Karen and Ashley really make the show, and Giselle adds some spice along to it. But it was just really funny. And so Ashley started all the drama. She was like, let's get down to the bottom of it. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on. You said this, Sharice. You said that. I was like, oh, shit. And then they just ignoring Candace. They just, they really think everything about her is trivial. It's not important. Just because she's not washed down and washed up and been through the ringer like some of you ladies have been, doesn't mean what she feels is frivolous and doesn't make any sense. It's just that she hasn't been through all the trials and tribulations and nonsense that you women have been through. She's still growing, she's still learning, but her being on this show with her fiance Chris, she's gonna soon end up just like all you ladies, miserable and hating and talking about each other and just trying to one up the other one, especially Karen was on the Breakfast Club doing nothing but downing and dissing Giselle, talking all types of crap about her, but you can tell Karen still likes Giselle. That's the crazy thing about the situation. But we see Giselle and Karen, they make up, and then they started, and then Candace brought up, Giselle, when I was bringing up about my problem with, Chris, you just started laughing. I was like, yes, it was, I started laughing too as well. Then Monique was like, Monique, you laughed too. Monique was like, it's because you sound like you was really famous. It's like, you guys are dirty. And so let's get started. So we're still at the incident at the beginning of the hotel where Karen and, Giselle are going back and forth. They're throwing insults. Karen is like, that's why your man wants my partner, wants to be with my partner. Ray don't even want you. He can't wait for you to leave. He's gone. He'll be bye-bye. Karen's like, whatever, what you talking about? When your partner hear about what you saying, she gonna smack you in your face. Whatever. You can't say nothing about marriage. You can't say anything because you single. So they're going in, and so Candace runs and get Karen, and then Monique jumps in. Then also Sharice tries to get Karen to try to break it up. People in the hotel, the staffs are looking at them like, who the hell are these women? Why are they yelling and screaming, acting up early in the morning? Like, even at the restaurant, they was looking at the ladies like, they was all like in shock, like, why are they acting like this? Why are they so loud? Even Candace was embarrassed. Karen was like, all the white folks are looking at us. But they doing what they got to do. They getting paid. They working. They getting paid to work and have a good time and drink and to cause mess and talk shit about each other and throw the other one under the bus. This is what they get paid to do, baby. So moving on from that, so Robin comes downstairs. All the other ladies left, but Giselle was still waiting in the lobby for her. And Giselle was like, oh, they just left you. They just wanted to leave you. I tried to get them to wait. They didn't want to wait. Sharice wanted to leave. They just wanted to leave you behind, so I waited for you. And Giselle was straight up lying because she didn't want to go to the factory or to the to the where the extension oils are made. She didn't want to go there. She wanted to do her own thing. She didn't want to be bothered. That's point blank, period. And so, and why was Robin so late? What was taking Robin so long? Robin was like dead up mad late. And I was just like, Robin was like, why did they leave? How come they couldn't wait for me for a little bit? Like, Robin, you was mad late. You've been late. You were late getting to the airport. You're late coming downstairs. What are you up to? Are you tired? Are you pregnant, Robin? What's going on? Are we gonna hear that you either pregnant or got a sickness? That's what we're gonna hear sooner or later, are we? So moving on from that, you saw the ladies, they go to the essential oils factory. They have a good time. Everything's going fine. And then Monique brings up, oh, what's going on with you? What's going on with you, Ashley? It seems like you're so close and so, tied up with Monique and Robin. Like, you guys are all together, chilling like friends. And she was like, and then Monique was like, are you here to spy? Are you a spy or something? She was like, no, I just get in where I fit in. Like, I choose to hang with whoever I want to hang with, when I want to hang with. I do as I please. I'm Ashley, baby. I was just like, oh no. And so moving on from that, so they're having a good time. The ladies did have a good time at the, the factory. And also we find out that, Candace can speak French, and she used to work on Obama campaign. There's a lot more to her, but people don't want to get her. She only talks about the pageant more. She talks about winning the pageants and things like that. She hasn't really brought up that she speaks other languages, or she worked with President Obama on his campaign and things like that. And so now they all having a good time. And so now, Robin and Giselle, they're eating some type of banana split ice cream. They're having a good time. They're talking. They're walking on the beach. They're taking pictures. And then and then we get back to Karen. Karen is kind of sick of, Monique Candace singing. She's like, damn, she sings too much. We love her, but damn, she sings way too much. And they shows, little background pictures of, Candace singing everywhere she go, and it's kind of getting on Karen's nerve that her singing and everything. So we'll see if we hear anything else going on with that situation. So then all the ladies, they end up meeting up and everything, and all the ladies that went to the factory or whatever, they all meet up with Giselle and with Robin. And Robin was like, well, you guys could have waited for me, because I see all the other ladies having a good time walking down the stairs, singing, holding hands. And so Robin was like, oh, so you guys had a good time? How come you didn't wait for me? I was like, oh, we did wait for you. We was trying to wait for you, but Giselle was telling us to go. And she was like, well, Charisse, you wanted to leave me. And Charisse was like, no, I was the main one trying to stay there. We all tried to stay there and wait for you. And Giselle was telling us to go. And so then Giselle was like, you know what? I just wanted to hang out with Robin. I lied. But, but it's just like, damn, Giselle, you just lied straight up on you lied on Charisse, like Charisse was the one saying, let's go, let's leave her behind, making Robin feel a certain type of way. So, damn, why didn't you just tell Robin the truth? Like, hey, listen, I just wanted us to chill, and then we'll hang out with them later. So it kind of makes you look like a liar, baby. And so they're moving on from that. So they're walking down the streets of Paris or wherever the hell they at, and they're having a good time. They're talking, and it seems like they're enjoying themselves, and it seems like Karen and Giselle are kind of gonna keep it to themselves or whatever. And so what's her name? Candace, she misses Chris, and she was like, I miss him. I miss him like GP. I miss him right off of GP. I was like, oh shit, Candace is using GP for G. I was like, okay, she could use GP. And so now all the ladies, they go to the perfume shop, and Karen is trying to learn something there. Giselle's throwing shots, talking about, oh yeah, you need to learn something. Talk to her. Can't you buy it? And so there was a perfume machine, and the lady was, making perfume and making fragrance, or putting the thing together. And Giselle was like, you need to buy that machine and put it in your living room and make some money. And so Giselle was like, how much is that machine, lady? And the lady was like, oh, it's 3,000 euros. And she was like, see, you can do this. And so Karen's like, I'm trying to learn something. Could you just stop? And so Giselle's just taking all the shots that she can about, Karen not developing her perfume, and she needs to learn something. So Karen asks the lady of the shop if she can go with, Charisse to go look at how she really makes the perfume. And so they do that, and it's all good. So then they end up going to the restaurant. So now they're at the restaurant. They're having a good time. They're sitting down. They're talking. Right now, nothing's going on, but, Candace is sitting at the table. And, everyone did look nice when they went to go for dinner. I think Robin looked the best. Robin green, because I never really see Robin dressed up that green that she had on, looked it really nice. And, Giselle, she looked nice too in her outfit. Monique, she looked nice in her outfit, but she's so skinny, so you can't really see. It doesn't seem like any bodies in the outfit. Karen looked nice in her pink off the shoulder, but her ponytail was a mess. And, Candace, she looked nice in she had like a cocktail dress on. It did look nice, though. She really did look nice. Charisse, she was plain. And also Robin, Ashley in her black dress looked really nice with her puffy hair and the black and the silver around it. She looked good, but I didn't see the long dress. So anyways, so they're there, and, Candace was like, oh my God, that waiter just looks like Chris, He looks really like Chris and everything. But, there was like, but, it was like, okay. And it was like, but, I think Ashley was like, don't Chris got a goatee? She was like, yeah, Chris has to have a goatee, because if he doesn't, he looks like a rodent. And he says, I look like a chipmunk. And so then that's when, Robin was like, so you get mad when he calls you a princess, but you're okay with him calling you a chipmunk? Candace was like, no, I'm not okay with him calling me a chipmunk. I don't like that name either. But, it was funny when Giselle and Robin was chilling on their own, and they seen a wig shop, And Giselle was like, well, Karen needs to go there and get her hair done. She needs to make a visit, make a trip to the wig shop. It's like, damn, why are you throwing shots at Karen's wig? They had a wig shop and they was throwing shots. So anyways, now they're sitting down, they're having dinner, everything is cool, whatever. And then Giselle adjusts Karen, why don't you have on your ring? Where's your ring at? And Karen doesn't have on a ring. And they're like, you always wear your ring. And Ashley was like, well, I heard from the grapevine that Ray said that he's moving to Florida, and if Karen doesn't come, she doesn't come. And Karen was like, oh my God, you're always starting something. No, that's not true. We're fine. He wants to retire to Florida, but I really want to go to Maine. No, she didn't say Maine. She said somewhere else. She goes, I really want to go there. I think somewhere near Baltimore. I think Karen wanted to go to. And so she was like, we're fine. Don't worry about us. We fine. We doing good. Worry about yours. And so then it was like, so then that Monique brings up the topic between Karen and Giselle, but they finished it. They squashed it. Karen kind of like apologized for the way that she, was talking about, Giselle business. And so they was like, we're good. Giselle was like, well, you good, whatever. It's all good. And so they squashed that. And so, then that's when, the story brings up about, what's going on with you bringing Charisse around. So that's what, Robin was addressing, like, yo, so what's good with you bringing Charisse around to Monique or whatever. And so when they're talking about the situation with Charisse, it was like, yeah, you tried to bring Charisse around to hurt us, to throw dirt onto, Giselle's name and try to make her feel better, take shots at her, try to ignore her and all this other stuff. But hold on, I gotta say this. When Karen said, you know what, to Ashley, because Ashley was talking a mess, you know what, you're so cute because you're so effing annoying. I was like, no, Karen, no, you did not say she's effing annoying. She's so cute. And Karen makes them faces when she be talking her shit. It's just too much. And so then, they getting on Monique. Then Monique couldn't stand the heat in the kitchen. She was like, actually, you really want to know the truth? Charisse is actually the one that wanted to bring her around, and it was her idea. And so then that's when Giselle was like, oh, so it was your idea, Charisse, to bring her around and all this other stuff. And then Charisse was like, well, I just thought it was okay to bring her around. I thought it would be good. I thought it would be interesting. So we see that Charisse wanted to get a rise out of Giselle, see what was going on with her. And, Giselle was like, listen, I thought we was good. I thought we made up at the last reunion. Everything was kosher, but I guess it's not. You want to take shots. And then after that, Charisse is in her confessional talking about, Monique. I did bring up the idea, but Monique took the baton and went with it. And so she was like, I didn't really have to do much to convince her to, get down with the situation. I was like, oh no, here we go. And so the conversation goes back to Monique, so you brought her around just to be shady, just to be low down and dirty, right? So then, because why did you invite her to your event? You know what I mean? So they're pulling Monique's card that you did it just to throw shots, just to be shady. And why would you follow what Charisse is gonna do when Giselle was like, me and Monique was kind of getting on a good page, but she's gonna turn around and try to stab me in my back and bring Kendall around? Oh no! So now I was like, oh shit. And so then that's when Ashley throws up. Ashley was like, so, well, are we just going to sit here and act like, what's going on with Charisse and Monique? Like, Charisse, you was out here talking, mad mess about, Monique talking about she's stealing your friends. She's trying to take your friends from you. And she's shady and all this other stuff, trying to take your connects. And, now you guys are all buddy, friend. Ashley's in her confessional was like, if that was me, I know if Monique knew exactly what, Charisse said about her, she wouldn't upgrade her seat to first class. I was like, Ashley, you go, girl. Ashley be throwing them shots. She don't be playing. And so Ashley is a mess, and I kind of like her. Even before, I couldn't stand her, but she's helping bring the show up more. She's helping with everybody getting the things off their chest. She's not doing it shadiness. She's not doing it behind their back. Every time she calls somebody out on something, everybody's around. Everybody participates, and she gets it going. That's what she does. She stirs the pot. She cooks the pot. She finessed the pot. She seasoned the pot. That's what Ashley does. And so, Charisse was like, well, I didn't really say that. I didn't say it like that. I was just, so then Giselle was like, so Ashley was like, what do you mean? Everybody at this table was here when you were saying that. So then they show flashbacks of, Giselle saying, well, I think she is starting to steal your connects and come up. And so Giselle was like, you agree with me, Sharice, you didn't, so now you don't now you disagree with me, you don't agree with me now. And then Robin was like, I had a private conversation with you too, Sharice, and I said what I said, and you agree when I said that she was trying to take your friendship, take your friends and try to come up, take your contacts and try to be you, basically. And so everybody was like, yeah, you did say that. Sharice was like, well, I didn't mean it like that. And so, you know, Monique is in the confessional and was like, oh my God, me and, you know, Sharice had all these conversations, and she never brought that up because Sharice is shady. Sharice is shady like it ain't nobody's business. But it seems like the ladies put her on the spot to agree. But I think Sharice got enough of a backbone to say, I don't know, I'm just going to talk to Monique about it. I don't want to make any assumptions or anything like that. But I think Sharice is trying to be on the show more and get her peach to be on the show too as well. And, you know, I guess it was a little bit of a storyline for her too to be talking about Monique. But, you know, but she really did hurt Monique, because Monique was actually crying, went to her house crying. And you know, Ashley was like, yo, Monique is down for Sharice. She got her back. That's her day one. And Sharice don't feel the same. So she was like, I just don't like fake shit. I know Ashley don't like fake shit, but your marriage is fake with your husband sleeping around with men. That's some fake shit. Like, unless you guys are doing it together and you're down with it, you cool with it. So then that's when Candace jumped in, and Candace was like, I want to bring something up to you, Giselle. The time that we were talking the other night, and you started laughing when I was trying to pour my heart out to you ladies. Like, I just really felt bad, because I thought you ladies can teach me. Now, these ladies can't teach you shit. They don't want to teach you nothing. That's the thing. So, and so Giselle started laughing again. Then they started laughing like, oh boy, we're going to do this tomorrow. So they just dismiss her, and they keep dismissing Candace, because she doesn't come with all that trifling stuff. She's just having normal issues. And some of the issues that she's having are kind of her fault. That's really not a big deal compared to these ladies and their divorce, and, you know, breaking up, and women coming around that used to be with their man. And so, you know, she was like, and so Candace was like, Monique, you laughed at me too. Monique was like, I was just only laughing because it sounded like you were trying to be a celebrity. Everybody's laughing. Karen is just looking like, So Karen, so they laughing at her, poor thing. And so then we get to the next day. So we have Karen and we have Candace. They're sitting at the table and they're talking. And Karen was like, you didn't listen to what I was telling you. Don't tell all these ladies your business. They don't need to know everything, because they're going to twist it and make it a different type of way. And you have to learn how to jump in the conversation and address things and take the floor. You have to take the floor. You can't let them do what they do to you, which we're going to see they're going to do it to her next episode. Candace started crying because, you know, Karen started throwing out that, you know, you sound very arrogant. You know, it's all about you. You sound like you embellishing your story. It's just way too much, and people can't really identify with that. And so then Candace started crying. Oh, little sweet thing. She's all crying and shit. But she's a sweet thing, but the way she cussed out Chris was not sweet or nice at all. So then Sharice comes along. Sharice is like, yes, you have to be more commanding and don't talk so much about yourself, because, you know, it sounds like you talk about your previous life, the way you came up privileged. And so then on the next thing we have, you know, Robin and Ashley talking. And so Robin is talking about Candace, like all she does is talk about, you know, her privileged life and where she came from. And Robin was like, I'm privileged and I don't talk about it. I grew up with a silver spoon. You don't see me talking about it. You don't see me embellishing it. You don't see me around doing all that. And it was like, yeah. And then they started laughing at Candace, talking about, you know, her crying about Chris calling her a princess. And Candace feels a certain type of way because she feels like now she lost, you know, Monique, and she lost Ashley. They're not really cool with her. And then at one point in time, Robin was cool with, you know, Candace, but I guess they can't. She's not really about drama and really starting trouble or talking about the girls, because she doesn't want to talk about any of the girls, because she's watching all the girls talking about each other and she feels like that's strife. So she's trying every time when she's in a group or she's in a setting when one of the other cast members and they're talking about another individual, she removes herself from that. She doesn't talk about it. And she just thinks like, damn, she don't want to be caught out there where people can say that she said something about somebody. She don't want that drama. And so she's crying and they're hugging her, and Karen was like, I'm sorry that I was too real with you. I'm sorry. So Karen said, you see, I get them bitches up off me. You know, I snap at them. I can deal with everything. I can snap. I can eat them. I eat them bitches up. I eat them for lunch. I eat them for breakfast. I eat them up, and she does. even though she looked bad at the same time, but she eats them up. She gets them right off her back. But it seems like Monique and Candace are not strong enough to get the ladies off their back when they're being sarcastic or being arrogant or taking little shots at them or throwing shade. Like, they take it too personal, because Ashley can throw it back. And Giselle can throw it back. Karen can throw it back. Charisse can throw it back too as well. She don't take the shit personal. She was like, whatever, because she didn't care that she was bringing Kendall around. She got called out on it. She don't give a shit. She don't care that she got called out being shady to Monique. She don't care. She's cool. So then we get, Monique. She meets up with Giselle and they have breakfast, and Giselle was like, yo, don't try to blame everything on Candace, because you did have a part in it. You did invite her to your event. You did do this. Charisse been friends with Kendall for 20 years, so I can understand that too. But don't make it like she is the problem, like she did everything, like you wanted to be a part of the situation. So don't come here and act like you're so innocent and whatever. And Monique shouldn't do that. She should just apologize, because she was being dirty, in my opinion. But she's kind of trying to say that she's friends with Kendall, when we know that Charisse put her up to it. Like Charisse said, she took the baton and she took it and she ran with it. So she took the bait, and that's what it is. And so the Giselle was like, when I come for somebody, I come for them. When I shoot to kill. I'm like a ninja in the night. I come and get you. Like, you shoot and it didn't work. Like, I won't get scared. I won't back down. When I'm coming at somebody, I'm coming at them. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna say, oh, this and that. And so Giselle was like, the reason why because Monique was like, well, I invited her to one event, but I don't bring her around anymore, because she could have came on this trip. She could have been around and this and that, but I don't do it. So Giselle was like, the reason why you don't do it, because it looks bad. It's in bad taste, and you was gonna clap. You was gonna get slack, and you was gonna get and people and it looks really bad for you. So that's why you didn't do it. Peace. I'm out. One love. Until next episode.